there is a strategy to picking out the perfect Valentine's card.
Let's talk about that.
Hi, I'm S. These are my theater students, and we're from Denmark. Good?
Mythical Morning!
Good Mythical Morning!
You've only got one day. One day, my friends. Not until life is over, but until Valentine's Day. And hopefully it's not too late to pick out a card for your special someone. If you're into that kind of thing. If you're not, move on. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
If they're not watching this currently and they're watching it a day late, then it's hitting them right now that it's Valentine's Day and they haven't picked out their card yet. And, wow, maybe we can still help you if the day's not over.
Well, I personally feel like I have a lot to offer in this area. I see by what you're going to show that maybe you've got something to offer too.
I got something down here. Now, I will say that the anxiety really raises in my heart of hearts at this time of year because it's time for me to prove my love. That's how they've set this thing up.
Who's they?
I'm not saying it's my wife. Did I say that? I said they, right? I mean culture. I don't mean it's not anything personal. It's just, hey, it's just time to prove my love.
I kind of picture your wife standing there like this.
No, it's not about her. It's just about the culture. The culture of you walk into CVS and everything's pink and white and off red and it calls to you and says,
off red.
You have to get a card and it's got to be the right one. I mean, you got to do other things too, but if you don't get the card right, you're screwed.
It is an important element. And I have a system that I feel like if you're going to pick out a card tonight, if you're watching this episode and you haven't got one yet, you need to employ my system, maybe Link's system. I think there's some truth in both.
I have picked out a card.
And
you act like you know my system just by looking at my card.
Well, okay, I'm going to tell you my system. And now, first of all, my system doesn't technically specifically apply to everyone because it just applies to my wife, but you can take what I have done and you can apply it to your significant other and then pick the right card. Okay, you have to find out some things about your significant other that hopefully you already know, okay? I know some things about my wife having been married for 12 years.
Really?
I know that she doesn't like run-of-the-mill stuff, okay? So she doesn't want a card that has a lot of red or pink in it because that's what all the cards look like. So if I get something that's a little bit different, that isn't just this huge flowery thing with a bunch of red, and I know she really doesn't like red. She prefers purple to red. But
are you talking about you get a birthday card for Valentine's Day or like a bereavement card?
No, I'm saying that getting something that's got like a big rose on the front of it, that's a no-no with her. And she's never told me this, but I've just interpreted this because I know she's not into that typical kind of thing, right? I also know...
But she does want a card.
She wants a card, yes.
Which, that's kind of run-of-the-mill. Everyone gets a card.
I also know that she doesn't want the statement to be made in the card. She wants the statement to be made by me for a number of reasons. And I mean the writing inside the card. Now, there's a message inside the card that I got, but it isn't the whole thing. She doesn't want this really flowery poem that she knows that I would never say, and then my name signed at the bottom of it.
What if you underline... or even double underline.
That's what my mom does.
Certain words.
My mom sends you a card and she double underlines and circles and puts stars around certain words.
Right. And that's taking ownership of it.
She annotates it. My wife doesn't want that. My wife wants me to have a short and simple message, and then she wants me to write something relatively lengthy. So you can't get a card that's got a bunch of pictures inside. There's got to be writing space. Another thing that she likes is she's an artistic person. So she wants, if there's some way that the card has some three-dimensionality to it, the cards that have the stuff that come off, not the cheesy stuff that comes off the front, but just the tasteful stuff. She also doesn't want
know what I call that?
More money.
An expensive card.
And lastly...
that is 3D. Oh, gosh.
Lastly, she doesn't want a funny card because, you know what? I'm funny. I don't need my cards. I don't need my cards to be funny. She wants me to be funny. I'm funny all the time with her. So this is an opportunity to be relatively serious. I don't need to make a joke about how Valentine's Day because I'm making jokes all the time. This is an opportunity to change a little bit. So this is the card I got her, Link. Now... there's a couple other things.
Show it to us.
It's got a little swingy thing on front.
It's got a medallion.
Now, it has very little Valentine's...
Is that a necklace? Does that go around her neck?
Now, she's really into antique-y type stuff, and she's also into old picture type stuff. This has got both of them. And then it's very simple, and it has, on the inside, it has Life is what you make it, and who you're making it with. I'm glad I get to make it with you. Got a little double meaning there. And
I want to make it with you.
And then look at all this room to write. I can I can pour my heart out on the red part.
Whoa. I think you're only expected to write on the white, though, which you might want to use that to your advantage. Like, just glue this down with some Elmer's, and that way, it's not like, well, why didn't you write back here? It's like, no, that was glued. I only had this part. Because you got to think about the amount of... I agree, you need to write to your wife.
It's all about font size.
Font size, but also surface area.
I could go with like a 24 size font, and write a few sentences. But I'm going to go with a 12 font, small font, and write some wonderful things.
Are you going to start on the white, or are you just going for the red back here?
Probably both. I'll probably have a to be continued.
You're going to be writing back here? You don't write on the back, because then... Don't make the mistake of writing all the way down to the price tag. It's like, oh, he only paid $4 for this? How much was this, by the way?
I think it was like $7, maybe $5.
Oh,
so anyway...
It doesn't say on the back.
The main thing I'm saying is you have to just think about what the card is going to say, and it has to take your significant other into account, and then that's how your system works. That's how you can begin ruling things out, and you get down to this. It's a process of elimination, and then you end up with the perfect card for that year.
My system, totally different. And I think that's okay, because now you have a choice to do the right thing by listening to me. Okay, first things first, this year my card strategy was totally impacted by my card strategy last year. Okay, I didn't get a card from my wife last year.
What?
Okay?
Was it an oversight?
It was a mistake. I was just thinking, I'm not even going to go into what I was thinking. There's no way to get out of the hole.
Conscious decision?
But yeah, I don't even want to go into it, okay? She didn't get a card. It was just its own thing.
She said all this?
Everything was fine otherwise, but there was no card involved. So this year, I'm going through and I'm like, I am getting the perfect card. This is great. I was immediately overwhelmed by the aisle and all the cards. There are a lot of cards there.
Where'd you go?
I went to CVS.
Yeah, okay. That's okay. I went to Hallmark, the place that's 4 cards.
And so here's what I ended up doing. I ended up getting her 2 cards. My strategy was I didn't get her last year's card now and get her. I mean, hey, why find the perfect card when you can just find 2 cards that are complementary to each other and cover different things?
Well, why not 3 cards?
So first, I got her this card. It's wrapped in cellophane. I haven't even opened it yet. I don't even know what the inside of this card looks like.
Well, it's on the back. It says
first of all,
on the back.
It leads with the thing that matters most. I love you. Let's just start with that. Forget Valentine's Day.
It's nice.
This is about you, baby. This is not about a day. This is about me and you, and I love you.
It's got some jewels on it. I'll give you lots of points for those jewels.
Right, and those jewels cost money.
Yeah, they're actually real rubies.
And on the back, it said what the sentiment inside is. I love you more and more each day.
That's good.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Room to write.
Short, room to write, lots of things in there, even though... And hey, it came in its own packaging, so it also costs more. I got to think that you get what you pay for. But then I also...
I feel like you would be okay with just that card. I feel like my system could have resulted in that card.
But then, so this is the when you get up in the morning, like breakfast in bed.
Card 1?
Card 1.
Okay.
And then for date night...
Maybe I need a card 2.
On the night, I'm gonna slide her the second card, which has a little bit more focus to it. Now, I took a picture of it right when I saw it because I was like, this is the card. Happy Valentine's Day. Then on the inside it says, may your wildest trashy romance novel fantasies come true.
Link.
Well, again, it represents a different aspect of our romance than just the mushy stuff from the morning. This is the evening card. But then I started to realize, all right, there's something missing in this card. This card can be better.
The evening card. We could start a whole new industry. I mean, you know how we're always coming up with ideas and trying to make money off of them, and none of them ever work?
This is a good one? Yeah, I'll take credit for it.
This is like the sweater, what is it called, the body beard? Body beard. This is like a whole new thing, the evening card.
No, you got the breakfast in bed card, and then you got the evening card.
We help start a whole new segment of the Valentine's Day industry. It's the evening cards.
And I think the key...
I got to go get an evening card. I'm running out of time.
The key to the evening card is personalization. I just had to take it up a notch. This is not about that guy. It's about me.
Well, I kind of feel like we need to work on the technical integration of the face.
Yeah, my printing, it's the printer card.
We need to call it Jib Jab. So we can actually make this work correctly. I mean, the skin tone is way off. What you've communicated in this is that the guy that you're thinking about has a tan, and I am pale. You know, you just mark that up a little bit. Shade it in a little bit.
My face looks kind of chubby, too, by the way I got it.
You're like a fat-faced pale man.
Well, I didn't want to keep printing it out, and I thought that was close enough. Maybe I could have gone a little bit smaller.
Now, do you have a pirate outfit that you'll be wearing?
No, but this is LA. You can get a hold of those.
There's a costume shop. There's a costume shop right down the block.
We're getting into this private, okay? What happens after the card is private. I'll just leave it at that.
All right. So anyway, I think we should combine these two strategies, or you should combine these two strategies. You get a card based on the personal preferences, the things that are true about your wife.
You could put your face on that, though.
Yeah, but see, that's card 2 type stuff. Card 1 is like, it is what it is. Isn't this great? That could be us. Imagine what it's going to be like when we're old.
I expect to see her wearing this medallion in the days to come.
It's not a medallion.
All right.
And then card 2. Card 2 is suggestive. Does card 2 need to be suggestive?
Well, the other thing I like about it is there is a level of comedy in there. I'm gonna.
Link forgets what he's saying every time he blinks. Wow. Okay.
All right. I'm glad I never blink because I don't like to forget what I'm. I'm glad I never blink because when I do, I forget. I'm glad I never. What? I'm so confused because I keep forgetting.
Just don't blink. Keep your eyes open. I think what's happening is this.
Am I blacking out or something? Because I don't know what's going on here.
It's a disorder. It happens when you decide to give 2 cards to your special someone.
Wow. Am I blacking out here? Because every time I do this, I forget not only what I'm saying, but what just happened.